Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. We are focusing in on a great viewer question that we got in, and that is how to, forgive yourself after going back to the hover, falling back into the seduction of the narcissist. The hover came in fast and furious, hard and strong, and basically you rendered yourself helpless and you couldn't resist the temptation to go back to the narcissist ways, the sweet nothings, the little lies that they tell you. It's very difficult to resist the grandiose narcissist. The individual who is so charming, like a knight in shining armor, riding in on their white stallion, wanting to swoop you up from your, damsel in distress sort of mentality and really make everything all better. And so really this, there's a tendency for the human mind to want to associate with winners. If you are one who wants to look up to a leader, a mentor, a teacher, a guider, someone who has what you're looking for, that is a natural tendency to seek that out. Now, the key with that is to really surround yourself with people who not are only leaders, mentors, who are perhaps accomplished in ways that you want to be accomplished, but furthermore, who don't, insult you, berate you, belittle you in the interim, or who are narcissistic. And people have healthy narcissistic needs, but it's really all about boundaries. You need to have and enforce your energetic boundaries. In this, oftentimes, you need to be able to resist the hover. Resist the idealized image that you have of them, because the narcissist, within most people's eyes, and I think a lot of you could testify to this, that the narcissist is someone who you have over-idealized. You have put them on a pedestal. You have made them more important in your life because of their self-importance that they tend to impress upon others. Coupled with a lack of empathy, you tend to oftentimes approach them with all good intentions, of having a interpersonal relationship that is functioning. Yet when we are talking about a narcissist, we are talking about someone with a lack of empathy. And a lack of empathy means they're going to take what they want and then they're going to ride off into the sunset. They're basically going to saddle up and, they're on to the next port. They're on to the next camp, whatever it is that they're onto, the next target victim, whatever it is that you want to ascribe them to in terms of labels. But the narcissist is not going to be loyal to those individuals who they are targeting and scapegoating and just taking from. And so, and this viewer was a female, and I know it feels really like crap. It feels like a schmuck. You're a schmuck. You feel disgusting. You feel horrible. You feel like you've just admitted to yourself and the world that you are weak, that you have just blown your cover. You have now just succumbed to the seducer. And it's very easy to do. It's very easy to fall back into the hover because you want to feel that feeling again. You want to feel in love. You want to feel romance. You want to feel that never after, forever, ever after sort of feeling that comes with that fairy tale euphoria that you feel with this narcissist. And they want to portray that. They want to portray that they are your knight in shining armor. They're going to tell you, they know what works with you. They know what you like to hear. They know what you like to feel. The guy who opens up the door for you, the guy who, texts you the pictures of him flexing his muscles. Whatever it is for you, you know what it is. You know what you need to know, like in the words of the great Plato, know thyself. And this extends to knowing your soft spots, knowing your trigger points. If you are triggered by, the narcissist and the pictures that they take, here's me sitting on top of the car, flexing my muscles. I just got out of the gym and, whatever it is that they're doing to hoover you in, and you're like, oh my God, I can't help myself, and then, you find yourself, falling for it, and then you feel horrible afterwards. I think you need to remember, which is oftentimes, solidifying within yourself, remember, the after. Remember the after effect, because really that's the bottom line. If they make you feel empty, disgusting, humiliated, and oftentimes publicly humiliated in order to cater to their needs, then you need to really keep that in mind. When you're ready to, fall back into the hover, just remember that it's not worth it. How you feel about yourself, the regret, the disgust, and the fact really that it's keeping you separate from you deserve better. And it's wasting time and your energy to continue to be re-injured by this narcissist, because it is going to be very hurtful. It's not going to be worth it. Taking the plunge with them is not going to be worth it in the long run. You're going to basically realize that you are a 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, 5-dimensional, 6-dimensional being that needs more than just a 2-dimensional narcissist love affair for a couple days, who's probably just in it for the flattery, who's just in it for the superficial, who's just in it for those sweet little nothings, who wants to have the shell of a relationship but no real relationship, who is not really there for you when you get sick, who's not there for you to hear about your feelings, who doesn't care how your day went, who doesn't see through things in your shoes, who doesn't have the empathy, who doesn't take time to drop things and listen. They're the people who are always on the the text, who are always trying to be on their phone while they're talking to you. I'm very, very sensitive to that. That you deserve to be with somebody. And I had, I hear this again and again. So you have to be aware of what are these people, what do they say and do to hover you back, and begin to be strong and have resistance against it. Make this just one of your lessons learned, your recovery journal. What is your lesson learned? What did you learn from this? And you can say, I have a weakness for this, and don't think that it's funny, because if you keep falling for this, it's going to keep you stuck. It's going to keep you attracting the same violators and perpetrators until you really come into and believe for yourself that you deserve better, and that you want to surround yourself with someone who gives you respect, honesty, and integrity, and is not going to triangulate you and talk about you behind your back to others, their other friends. I mean, you are not going to feel validated and positive after the experience. It's not worth getting hovered back in. So, replace your feeling of I'm weak and get sucked into the narcissist. Replace that with I deserve better, and I'm doing it now, and I'm moving forward now. I deserve better, and I'm going to be with someone who deserves me, not with someone who takes advantage of me. And if the narcissist says, different things to try to break you down, just say that they're not going to break me down. I cannot be offended. I cannot be hovered back in. I cannot be seduced back in. Whatever they're going to do, say, or become is not going to fool me now. I know better. I've been down this road before, and I've already been burned once. I know not to put my hand on the stove. I've trusted this person once. I've been vulnerable with them once or twice. This has happened again and again. I know what I'm dealing with, and I know that I deserve better. But until you really commit to that statement, and until you really believe it, and until it's really loud enough within your voice, so that and it's loud enough within your spirit that the hovers don't even seem attractive, you would never ever even want to go back there, to the point where it repulses you, because they're just playing you for the puppet, that they are just playing you. And so really, when your affirmations are louder than the hover attempts and wanting to be back with them and saying, oh, if I could only, go out with them and show them how strong I am, this, that, the other thing. And until you really realize that those some days are never going to occur, that the narcissist is like a moving target, that they're going to hover back in, there's always going to be something where they're going to undercut you, undermine you, not be available for you, it's not worth it. And really, when you get healed enough and that affirmation is stronger than the temptation to go back to them, and then you can resist really effortlessly, is when you know that you've been able to see them for who they are. You're not even enticed. You're not even seduced. In fact, the idea of falling backwards is so repulsive that you can just say no, that you don't even need to go back in that direction. You know that your life is crying out to take you to a new and better place, and that you have to give yourself a chance to get there. You've got the map, you've got the road work, you know where you want to go. You just have to keep, it behind the wheel long enough to get yourself there. And that's where the recovery journal comes in. That's where your affirmations come in. That's where your visualization, the priming, having the positive vision board around you, the reading, the videos, the affirmations, the walks, the keeping your head up and knowing what you want, and knowing that you are worth it, and knowing that you have the self-esteem not to be suckered back into a narcissist entrapment. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.